All right. Good evening and welcome to Newport Harbor High School, where Newport Harbor will be taking on De La Salle in a boys water polo match. We just got up and running, so it is 5 minutes, 27 seconds into the first period, and De La Salle strikes first with a goal from number 11, Jack Richards. If you're just joining us, the game started on time. Both teams each had a shot, a really excellent shot out of 2 meters that one was blocked by the goalie, the other one went up the bar. So here we go. De La Salle currently leads 1-0 with 5 minutes, 23 seconds to play here in the first quarter. That's Ben Lapey with the ball, moving it up to Gavin Appledorn up at 4. Back down to the wing at Ben. We got Newport moving the ball around the perimeter, trying to work it in 2 meters, and that's an entry pass and stolen by number 8, Tyler Lehman. And that sends De La Salle up on the counterattack. And that's an outlet pass to the far wing. De La Salle really getting off to a great start with their counterattack here against Newport. And now they'll set up their front court with 8 seconds left on the shot clock. And that was good defense from Newport Beach, a field block by Owen Tift. That's Finn LeSueur, number 7, with the ball to Gavin Appledorn, down to Ben, and then that's a good entry pass into Pete, and that's going to be a 5-meter penalty shot. The defender is saying his hands were up, but that was Pete Castillo working to hold position. The Newport team recognizing that, getting it down to the deep wing, and just a perfect entry pass by Ben. And that is the right call in that moment. And Finn LeSueur will step up and take the penalty shot. Go, Ben! And that'll be the first goal of the game for Newport, tying it up at 1 apiece. And that's number 7, Finn LeSueur, bearing it. Finn is the primary penalty shot taker for Newport Beach this season. I don't have his stats in front of me, but from what I've seen, he puts them away a majority of the time. Excellent shooter. Well, we have a ball game here. De La Salle is down for the weekend. They have this one match with Newport Harbor High School, and then they'll be competing in a tournament this weekend where they're seeded number 1. This is an excellent team. They're coached by Robert Arroyo and assisted by Brianna Ruiz. Robbie Arroyo is an excellent coach. He's been a head coach for a long time. This is his 3rd season here at De La Salle, but he's also been a coach with Diablo, a great club up north. And he's doing a wonderful job with De La Salle. Newport Beach, of course, only has 1 loss on the season to Mater Dei in the finals of the South Coast Tournament. That was a tightly contested match, Mater Dei winning by 1. That's their only loss of the year. So we've got 2 teams playing at a high level this year, squaring off here at Newport Harbor. And that's another nice entry pass in the set. But that time, the 2-meter player showed his hands the entire time. I don't think it was as clean an entry pass as the one prior, which is why they didn't get the penalty or ejection. Just a little lazy on that pass. I think it was the right idea from that player. He just needed to get up under his legs and make a more deliberate pass. It does an ordinary foul out of 2 meters by Pete Castillo. We got a weak side drive. And again, a nice pass in his set. Great shot by Pete Castillo, and the goalie from De La Salle was there with his hands up. And that's William Corp. Excuse me. Ben Gronbach in the goal. Oh, nice pass. Oh. Finlasseur had that, just slipped out of his hands. De La Salle on the counterattack. De La Salle puts it down to the 1 spot, passes it up to the 2. And that's a shot by number 12, Karsten Peters, one of De La Salle's stronger players. Thought he saw an opening, but Cooper Mathisrud, the goalie for Newport Harbor, was there to record a save. That's Jack Wright with the ball for Newport, number 6. And we're going to draw an ejection at set. That's Finlasseur on the drive. Finn would really like to have that one back. Great move, great ejection. Again, the ball just kind of floated out of his hands there. There was an ordinary up top, but then they're going to call an exclusion on Pete Castillo, number 4, Newport, going to the corner for 20 seconds. And that's number 3, Dominic Brown, in 2 meters, drawing that ejection. De La Salle will go on the power play. Might have been a little bit late. Coach Arroyo was imploring for that pass to go to the 3-post much quicker. It's Pete Castillo coming out of the corner. Makes pass to Ben Lathy. And that's going to be no call, turnover. I think there was just too many defenders in that area to make that pass. And the goalie just made a full court shot with 1 minute and 8 seconds left in the quarter. Risky shot. And it did not go. Newport will come back down on offense. And again, another entry pass and turnover. I think Newport had time on the shot clock. Could have maybe been a little bit more patient there. And Coach Arroyo really kind of yelling for a call on that one. He might have a case. The goalie came pretty far out. Was a little aggressive on stealing the ball, but the ejection was not called. That's a good look by Owen Teft. I like that shot. I know it didn't go, but new shot clock. It's good to be aggressive. That's a nice entry pass. And that's going to be a finish by Pete Castillo this time. You know, Newport just staying true to what they like to do. They like to be patient on offense, moving around, really work for 2 meters, especially getting passes, entry passes into set when the 2 meter has good position. And that was textbook right there. So we've got 3 new sailors checking into the game. Number 11, Gavin Netherton. Number 2, Owen Bartlett. Number 12, Nick Kennedy. And we'll see what this lineup can do for Newport Beach here. All right, Newport up 2-1, 11 seconds to go in the quarter. That's Gavin Netherton defending on the ball, doing an excellent job. It's an ordinary foul. We got 5 seconds left. Gavin Netherton was ejected at the end of the quarter. The ref didn't think he gave ground after the ordinary foul. And at the end of one, Newport leads De La Salle 2-1. We'll take about a 2-minute break here between quarters. Clearly, it looks like De La Salle came to play. They understand that Newport is one of the strongest teams down here in Orange County. And if you follow water polo enough, you'll know there's a great rivalry between Northern California and Southern California teams. So it's really fun to see a talented squad like De La Salle make a trip down here and play one of the best teams in Southern California. And it hasn't disappointed so far. After the first quarter of play, it's been pretty evenly matched. I think both teams are playing aggressive. They're playing hard. They're playing without any fear. And just really attacking and playing a strong physical match so far. We got about 50 seconds to go here before they start the second quarter. De La Salle, of course, is traditionally been known as a powerhouse in football, having won numerous state championships. Now with Robbie Arroyo in his third year at the helm, he's definitely brought in and attracted a lot of good young talent. I look at the roster here, and there's lots of sophomores, lots of juniors, lots of freshmen. A few seniors, of course. Some of their senior leaders are Charles Whipple, Karsten Peters, Jack Richards, Tyler Lehman, Dominic Brown, and Ben Gronbach in the goal. And then the rest of the roster here are mostly made up of juniors, seniors, juniors, sophomores, and freshmen. So the future looks bright for De La Salle. So because Newport received an ejection at the end of that first quarter, they'll have to start with a man in the corner. So 5 sailors are lining up on the lane line, and plus the goalie. De La Salle will have a full complement of players sprinting, so the coach might call a timeout here if he wins the sprint to go down and set something up to make sure he has enough time to set up a power play and get a good shot off, but we'll see. Newport's got some fast swimmers. This is a very important sprint here, and it looks like De La Salle will control the sprint. And Coach Arroyo elects not to call a timeout, instead just getting his players down there as quickly as possible. We've got Newport's player, Gavin Netherton, in the corner, ready to come in. That was an errant pass, and that should do it. Newport's going to come even. We'll see if De La Salle is going to get a shot. Well, that's one of their best shooters. Great block by Cooper. He was all over that, not fooled for a bit. And that's going to send Newport Beach on their counterattack. Again, we have 6 minutes, 22 seconds remaining in the second period. Gavin Appledorn with an entry pass. It just skipped by. You got to get up big and really want to stick that ball in to 2 meters. It can't skip by the player. You're not really going to get a call if that happens. There was a good hard drive by Jed Johnson from De La Salle, but defended well by Gavin Netherton. And that's going to be an ordinary foul up top. And that's going to be a turnover and set. The ref called the De La Salle player for pulling his elbow up a little bit high and pushing off. Got a drive by Gavin Netherton. We're going to swing it over. Finn LeSueur with a good fake. Nice hands by the goalkeeper there to keep that from going in. LeSueur had a good look at the cage, but the goalie was there waiting with his hands up high, ready to make that block. And that's going to put De La Salle They briefly had a 3-on-2, but Newport defended it well. That was good team defense, recovering on that one. And that's going to be, again, a skipped pass. Not going to get a call there. I think the player, I know at that point, is tired. They're being defended heavily, but they've got to get up underneath their legs, get up tall, and make a good entry pass in the set. It's Gavin with another drive. Back up to Shane Santoni. Sword just bouncing it off the crossbar there. Again, I think a good effort. His shots just aren't going in so far. But you know what they say, shooters just keep shooting. And Finn is one of the best shooters in the pool, and I suspect if they keep giving him open looks like that, eventually he's going to start putting them in the back of the net. And that's going to be another turnover. Both teams playing aggressive defense, forcing a number of turnovers here. That's Gavin Netherton attacking with the ball. And Pete Castillo is going to be called with an offensive foul. So right now we got 3 minutes, 38 seconds left in the second period. Newport continues to lead 2-1. That ball again is going to skip by. These entry passes need to be crisper. You need to get up and stick the ball down in the water so there is no chance of it skipping. And that's Gavin Netherton. He's going to pass it to Pete Castillo. He's going to get a good look here, and he's going to put that one away. And that's going to put Newport Beach up 3-1. And prompt Coach Robbie Arroyo to sub in 4 new players. Number 17, Lucas Peters. Number 6, David Kaskov. I believe number 3, Dominic Brown checked in. And also in the pool for De La Salle is number 23, Jason Hubbard. And number 17, Lucas Peters. And currently in the pool for Newport Beach, number 13, Ben Lathy. Number 12, Nick Kennedy. So we're going to have 2 left-handed players on that side of the pool. Number 3, Trey Smith, who's going to check in at 2 meters. Number 5, Owen Tift. Number 2, Owen Bartlett. And number 6, Jack Wright in the pool for Sailors, plus Cooper Mathisrud in the cage. Number 11 drove in aggressively, drew some contact. The referee decided to make an ejection call there, putting De La Salle up on the power play. And that's a nice block by Cooper. He was sitting there waiting for that. Jack Wright with the ball, number 6. See Trey working hard at set, had a nice deep set, but they could not get the ball into 2 meters. Newport leading 3-1. 1 minute to play, or 2 minutes to play here in the first half. And that's going to be a 5-meter penalty shot drawn by number 3, Dominic Brown. Nice power move there, correct call. And that's number 23 for De La Salle, Jason Hubbard, moving in to take the shot. He is a left-hander. And that's going to bounce off the crossbar, skip off the crossbar. That's a tough break for De La Salle. But Newport moving up to offense. It's Jack Wright with the ball. To Ben Lathy. Ben takes a great shot. Ben, really one of the best shooters in the country. Showing it there. easily lifting up, putting that one on the upper corner. And that's going to increase Newport's lead to 4-1. With 1:41 to play in the half. De La Salle needs to get another goal here, I think, before the half ends. That was a good effort at 2 meters. Number 3 held position. He did a good job. I think he could have risen up and taken just a little bit more time on that shot and picked his spot before shooting. It was a little bit rushed. But number 3, Dominic Brown, is not someone we want shooting too often. And that's going to be another turnover by Newport. Great defense by De La Salle. And they're going to be out on the counterattack. Both teams doing a great job of communicating with one another. You know, sitting here poolside, I can hear both squads, you know, really talking, you know, really trying to help each other out. That's a sign of a well-coached team. Teams, I should say, because both are doing it. I think I might want to hear a little bit more from both goalies, but the field players are definitely talking it up out there. And that's going to be a field block shot by Jack Wright. And De La Salle is going to have a 2-on-1. They're going to have a good scoring opportunity here with 18 seconds to go in the quarter. I think that's the right no call. Number 23 had a great counter. He should have held inside position and not tried to turn away. Just maintain that inside water and keep moving towards the cage. And if there's any kind of gross foul behind you, it will be a 5-meter. And that's going to end the half with Newport leading De La Salle by a score of 4-1. Both teams will switch sides, and we will have a 5-minute break at the half. Coach Sinclair wants his team to go to the far end of the pool. He does not sound particularly happy with the way they played that first half, even though they currently have a 4-1 lead. Still a very tight ball game. 5 goals in an entire half is not necessarily a lot of goals, so I think there was certainly a lot of great, tough defense being played, maybe a little bit of sloppy passing as well. That's contributing to some of those turnovers, and really giving each team less scoring opportunities when you're turning the ball over so much. So I don't think it has anything to do with the reffing being too aggressive or them blowing the whistle at all. I just think there's too many turnovers in this game, and you're robbing yourselves of potential offensive possessions when you can get quality shots off. So I think that's the result of 4-1. So we'll see what these coaches say. I expect them to come out in the second half. I think they'll get a little crisper on their passes. Hopefully see less turnovers from both teams. Play a little cleaner water polo. And my guess is there'll be increased scoring here in the second half, but who knows? We'll see. Definitely a lot of good athletes, a lot of good shooters on both sides of the ball, so each team capable of scoring. But I think it's important for them to maybe take a little bit more time on their passes, on their shots. I know at times it feels like you have to rush these things, and you do have to be quick about the way you play the game, but there's certain instances where you have to realize when it is beneficial to take a little extra time, get those legs underneath you, really rise up. Don't forget the legs behind you, whether you're passing or shooting. Just a real critical part of the game. So both teams are completely out of the water, having a little bit of a powwow. Coaches like to do that when things aren't necessarily going the way they want them to. I think the feeling is they get a little better attention, a little bit more focus from the team when they can get up out of the water. De La Salle huddling over there. Definitely getting fired up here for the second half. They're certainly not satisfied with being down 4-1, but by no means are they out of this game. A 3-goal deficit could disappear in just a few minutes if Newport isn't careful. The one thing I can say about Newport's program, when their offense isn't clicking, I very rarely see them make many defensive mistakes, and I think that's one of the reasons you see only 1 goal on the board for De La Salle. Newport, I think, does play great individual and certainly amazing team defense, and I think that can certainly get frustrating and wear their opponents down and make them start doing things they don't normally do, taking early shots, quick shots, panicking on passes. Newport has a way of doing that to teams, but I think the energy and focus I saw from De La Salle on the other side of the pool here, I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're going to come out firing here, so Newport's got to be prepared. They got to get their energy up. We got about 58 seconds left here before they start the second half. And if you're just joining us, Newport Beach and De La Salle just played 2 quarters of water polo, with Newport leading 4-1. Certainly could have been 4-2. De La Salle did draw a 5-minute penalty shot, but their shooter came up and skipped it off the crossbar. All right, the refs are getting set here. They're moving up to the middle, and we're going to have our 3rd sprint of the game. Sprinting for Newport Beach is number 7, Finn LeSueur. And sprinting for De La Salle is number 20, Jed Johnson. And Jed will control the sprint for De La Salle. And they are going to get the first offensive possession here of the second half. That's an ordinary foul by Ben Lathy up top. There's 14 seconds left on the shot clock. De La Salle was called for an offensive.
Go Peter!
Newport Beach moving into their front court. We have P. Castillo moving into 2 meters. Working hard to maintain position and keep that defender on his back.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
And we have an issue with the shot clock on the far side of the pool. And the bench, the desk is already all over it. And that's... So that's going to be a turnover. De La Salle will come down on offense. De La Salle's got to balance out here. That's going to be a turn up top. He's going to try and get a shot off. Nice defense. Shane Santoni, good defense. Nice field block there. So we got 5 minutes, 6 seconds to play here in the 3rd period. That was an entry pass into 2 meters. The ref is going to call an offensive here on P. Castillo, number 4. From what I can gather from here, he thought Pete was holding to maintain position. Not allowed to do that. Cannot hold or grab the other players to gain an advantage.
Switch now. This side. Oh, and that side.
So the ref temporarily stopped play here. One of the De La Salle players lost his cap. And I think it's an appropriate time to definitely stop the match. Allow him to replace his cap. It's definitely good for safety. You need those ear guards for a reason. And that was number 11, Jack Richards, who lost his cap, and he's now switching to number 27. So if you're watching from home there, you know Jack Richards. And usually you see him in the number 11 cap. It's at the bottom of the Newport Harbor pool. So the desk, in an effort to keep the game going, or his bench, I should say, came out and provided him with a new cap. And here we go. And that's good defense by Pete Castillo. There's 3 seconds left. There's not much you can do there. It's actually a pretty good effort by De La Salle to get a shot off there, but Cooper Mathisrud was on top of that, as usual. And now that was a good look by Shane. It's a nice pass over to one. He had a great look. He's shaking his head. He knows he should bury that, but I like the shot. I think it's a good shot to take. And that's Owen tipped. He was just a little bit aggressive on his perimeter defense and pushed out and was ejected. Ross Sinclair calls a timeout for Newport Beach. Again, De La Salle, they draw an ejection. They have a chance for a power play there. The player, Jack Richards, decides to take a shot. It was there. There definitely was an opening. So I don't fault the shot. He had an option. He's a good shooter. And you got to take your chances sometimes, but you got to shoot those between the pipes. You got no chance of going if you're going to hit the bar. So we're going to have a 1-minute timeout here. And there's 4 minutes and 6 seconds left in the third period. When Newport comes out of this timeout, they'll set up on the front court, and they're going to have a full 30-second shot clock to work with. But so far, a defensive battle here in the third period. Neither team has yet to score here in the second half. Still seeing some of the same mistakes from the first half. Some turnovers. And maybe some quick shots. I think the first option is not always the best option. So this is an important 5-man for De La Salle. Really important that they stop Newport here. And that's going to be a turnover. I just don't think there was much of a window there. It's good defense by De La Salle to turn up just another turnover. That's a nice pass. Number 7, Donovan Swan, calmly collected the ball, got up high on his legs, took a good look at what the goalie was doing, and made a nice little touch lob there to bring De La Salle within 2. So our score now here with 3 minutes, 30 seconds left in the third period is Newport Beach 4, De La Salle 2. One more pass. Come on, guys. That's a nice entry pass. Good move by Pete Castillo to earn the ejection there. And that's the right call. It's good patience by Newport. Got to move their ball around the perimeter. I definitely like to see it go to both sides of the pool more often. And that's a good finish by Pete Castillo. That was a great pass from Frin Lesueur at position 1. into Pete Castillo at the 3-post. Finn took the ball in deep, inside 2 meters, which allowed Pete to come in closer to the goal. And then he just put it up high where only Pete could get it. Pete went up, got it, grabbed it, and stuffed it home to bring Newport ahead by a score of 5-2. There's a lot of activity going on at set. Gavin Appledorn, number 14, is going to go to the corner. You know, both players were being pretty physical in set. Being a 2-meter guard is not easy. One of the more difficult positions in the pool to play. And sometimes you're just going to get kicked out. And that's going to be really a turnover by De La Salle. They're going to have to start converting those into goals if they want to stay in this match. And that's going to be a wide open Ben Lathy. And that's deadly when he's left open. You know, again, just one of the better shooters you're going to see in high school water polo, period. One of the better shooters you're going to see in college, actually. Just a talented player. And if you leave him open like that, he's going to make you pay for it most of the time. We're going to get a switch. Gavin Netherton is going to come out and take a breather, and Owen Bartlett will check in, number 2. Both coaches subbing frequently, making use of their benches, which I think is a wonderful thing if you can do it. A lot of talent and a lot of depth on both squads. Oh, nice block by Cooper. That was a good cross-court pass. De La Salle really did everything right. I think the shooter there, maybe if you had to do it over again, should have gone high near side corner. It's a little harder for the goalie to really jump across the entire cage and get that upper corner, but that's not where the ball went. Cooper met it there and had an outstanding block and really saved the goal there. Oh, nice move. That's Finn LeSueur just going in, getting good position. Nice pass from Ben. That's going to be another goal. Coach Arroyo thought it was a push-off. Thought maybe it could have been a call there, but not that time. And that's going to be a timeout for De La Salle with 1:30 to play here in the 3rd period. And Newport increases their lead to 7-2. I think De La Salle, when they go back to look at the tape of the game that's been played so far, they'll see certainly some missed opportunities where they could have easily capitalized and maybe have another 3 or 4 goals on the board. So certainly something to continue to work on, continue to refine, but I'm guessing this is one of the toughest tests that De La Salle has faced all year in Newport Beach. And Coach Arroyo is going to love that for his boys because it's a long season. There's lots of goals these teams have in mind, but winning or losing this game is not the end all for the season. There's still a lot of the year to be played, and that's the way for De La Salle to come out right there out of that timeout. Number 3, Dominic Brown, which is a nice, strong power move. He's a big lefty. A well-needed goal by De La Salle. The score is now 7-3, Newport leading. We'll see if Newport can answer. Certainly De La Salle can't trade goals the rest of the game. I think, again, maybe we put that in a set a little bit too early. Cost us a turnover. De La Salle is coming down on the counterattack. That's number 17, Lucas Peters. He's a sophomore attacker. I like the counter. I like the speed. I think he's... I think if he had to do it over again, he would have shot a little bit a harder shot. But I have a feeling he's going to get plenty of opportunities during his high school career. And capitalizing off that miss, going down to the other side again is Ben Lathy finding the back of the net for his third goal of the game. And Newport again bringing in 3 fresh players. It's really just a non-stop carousel of just excellent players. I think Newport's, if you took Newport's bench and created a starting unit, they would be one of the better high school teams in the country. That's how deep Newport is. And looking at De La Salle and the players, they keep moving it out. I think they're starting to say the same and building just a great program up there. We got another offensive call, another turnover. I think that's one of the reasons Ross Sinclair wasn't too happy at the halftime. It's not normal for Newport to have that many turnovers. And that was an over-aggressive foul by Ben. I think that's the right call. Maybe swiped at him just a little bit too hard. And that's going to end the third period. And again, if De La Salle wins the sprint here to start the fourth period, they will still have a man advantage. My guess is this time around, Coach Arroyo will call a timeout if they win the sprint. But they got to win that sprint first. All right, 1 quarter to play here on Thursday night. This has been clearly a physical and tough match. Again, as I've been talking about, just a little bit sloppy, I think, by both teams. A little bit too many turnovers, too many rush shots. But we'll see if they can't calm down here a little bit in the fourth period. Again, De La Salle really can't afford to trade goals. I don't think they need to do anything different just yet.
7 minutes, let's go.
When it comes to their defense, they're certainly forcing turnovers. They've been putting good pressure on Newport. I think they just need to be a little bit more confident in their counterattack. Realize they don't have to take the first option. But they definitely need to start scoring goals here quickly. It's going to be Finn Lesore sprinting for Newport Beach again. Number 23, Jason Hubbard, has been the sprinter. I can't see his cap number from here. All right.
Let's go, Finn. Go, Finn.
All right, the referee wants to come down and clear the bench so everyone can see the scoreboard. All right, we've got 7 minutes to play here in this game. Newport leads De La Salle 8-3. And here we go. It's an important sprint. And it looks like De La Salle controls it again. So no timeout. Coach Arroyo wants to save those. Well, we're right into attacking position. You really got to get up big. Even if you don't intend to shoot, just fake hard, fake the goalie, make him move. And Newport comes even. Number 17, Lucas Peters with another lob attempt. I think Coach Arroyo is going to tell him to maybe throw those as hard as he can. Skip shots, bunnies, bar ends.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Luke Appledorn attacking, staying up big. I think the goalie might have anticipated another entry pass, but Luke had, or Gavin, excuse me, had other designs on that. Just excellent shot. Goalie really didn't see that one coming. And that's going to put Newport up 9-3 with 6 minutes, 10 seconds to play in the fourth period. That's number 20, Jed Johnson, with an excellent shot and score, but he was ejected for unsportsmanlike conduct for splashing a Newport Beach player. Good effort, good strong effort. I know he's tired. Heck of a good shot, but you got to maintain your composure. Your team needs you. And no matter how frustrated you are, you got to control those impulses. Realize you just scored a goal, you helped your team out, and get back and get ready to play defense. Instead, he's going to have to go check out. Probably have a bit of a discussion with his coach, but it's a learning experience. All right.
Ben, you got 20.
It's just another great job by Pete Castillo to hold position, get good control of the water polo ball, and that's just a lazy pass by Finn. Again, that's not something he normally does, but and that's going to lead to an ejection for De La Salle. And now we're going to get a timeout from Coach Arroyo. And that ejection on Gavin Appledorn was his third of the game. And in the rules of water polo, that means you'll be watching the game from the bench. 3 exclusions means you are majored. It's not something any player loves to have happen, but when you're a 2-meter guard like Gavin is, it's sometimes part of playing that position. And he is a young, talented guard who continues to learn and get better every game. And we'll see what De La Salle can do with this. You know, trailing 9-5 with 5.5 minutes. They're still certainly not out of this game, but they need to score on almost every possession and pretty much keep Newport from scoring any more goals the rest of the game if they're going to have a chance to get even and go up in this game. But I think this is a really smart play by Coach Arroyo to come down here and schedule this game against Newport prior to the tournament. They're going to be playing Fridays and Saturday. But this game will certainly get this De La Salle team ready to go when they start tournament play. Oh, they're just going to bring up number 20. That's a nice field block by Ben Lathy, number 13. Not quite sure why De La Salle wasn't sprinting after that ball, but that was a nice field block. And Ben makes a nice move. It's set. Makes almost a full turn. Coach Sinclair is pretty much thinking that was a kick out, but the referee didn't see it that way. I think she thought he was making a move and was going to try and finish, but well, it's a nice lob shot by number 17, Lucas Peters. That one went for him. It's a good goal. Again, he's a sophomore. It's good to see him still shooting. So now we've got a 9-5 ball game. Just about 4.5 minutes to play in the game.
Go, Finn!
Finn Lesueur with a beautiful move to get inside position. He immediately tried to come up for a shot, but number 17, Lucas Peters, gave him a bit of a grab and was called for the 5-meter shot. So Finn's also going to take. Excellent block by the goalie. He got it big on that 5-meter. Excellent block. That's going to give De La Salle some energy for sure. We'll see if they can stop him here. Ben with the ordinary. They're going to call an offensive. 2 offensives in a row. Not sure what the calls were exactly, but we're just going to stay put down here for another 30 seconds. Right, Newport sets up.
Wow.
And that's going to be an injection. P. Castillo just continuing to work at 2 meters.
Let's jump, Peter.
Draws an ejection on number 8. Tyler Lehman is a senior. He's going to take a 20-second break. Newport Beach goes up on a power play, but not until after this timeout that Coach Sinclair just called. Newport on their man up more than most teams I see, really trying to remain patient on their 6-on-5, and they really try and isolate one of the posts and really try and work for that post shot. It's a high percentage shot. You don't get much closer to the goal, and if you can move the ball around effectively, pull some defenders out of their position and make a targeted and quick pass into the post, your shooting percentages go way up. Scoring percentages, I should say. So in the water right now, position 1, Gavin Netherton. And on the 2 post, Owen Tift. 3 post, number 4, Peter Castillo. Up at position 4, we have Shane Santoni. Position 5, Finn Lesueur. And down there at 6, number 13, Ben Lathy. And Gavin's going to take that ball way inside.
All the way out, Peter. 20. Enter Owen, 1 and Peter.
Newport's up into a 3-3. That's going to be a goal by Gavin Netherton. It's a nice look. Again, I think the goalie thought he was going to make a pass, and he just turned around and rifled in a near side shot. It's an excellent shot by number 11, Gavin Netherton, who's a senior here at Newport Beach. And Nick Kennedy's going to check into the game. Jack Wright, also number 6, will be checking into the game for Newport. And that's going to put Newport Beach up 10-5. 3.5 minutes to play in the game. That's going to be an ejection drawn on a drive. Finn Lesur will go to the corner. Nice block by Cooper. Again, number 20, Jed Johnson with the shot. Jack Wright. Oh, nice shot by Jack Wright. Upper right-hand corner. The shot clock was running out. It was a shot to take. He did have an option to pass it down to one, but also had an option for himself. You know you have pretty good offense when you have multiple options and ways to score the ball. But right there, Jack took it upon himself to bury it in the upper right-hand corner. Great shot. Nice action on that. So De La Salle makes some substitutions of their own. It was a near steal by Finn Lesur. That's a good entry pass in a set. That's going to be an ejection on number 6, Jack Wright. Again, if you notice, that entry pass was deliberate. The ball went straight to the 2-meter player's hands. He controlled it. And that was an aggressive foul, resulting in the ejection. Almost a steal by Lesur again. Oh, there's number 17, who had, I think his 4 previous shots were all lobs. That time, threw with some heat. Got up high on his legs. Was a deceptive shooter there and put it away in the far lower corner. Nice shot by number 17, Lucas Peters. All right, we're coming up on the 2-minute mark left in the game. Newport Beach leading 11-6. So Bartlett up at the point. Gavin Netherton faking with the ball. It was a good aggressive fake, but just get it back to him. That's a mistake by Newport. Number 23 is going to come down and Newport Beach is going to call a timeout with 1:30 to play. So I think at this point it's unlikely De La Salle comes back with a minute and a half to play, but I think when you have 2 teams matched up like this, you're playing a very physical, hard match. You play to the end, no matter what. There's still a lot that can be learned in the last minute and a half. And you never know, if you're on the bench, you might get asked to be put in. And you got to do the best you can with the minutes that you get.
Let's go, Bean! Go, boys!
I know De La Salle definitely does not want to let Newport score again here. So let's see. Checking into the game is number 10, Slutsky, a.k.a. T-Bone. And there's that pass in the post. That's number 15, Quinn Bartlett, whose brother Owen is also on the team. Great finish by Owen there. Got up big. It's a classic high-low shot. Tucking that ball right underneath the goalie's arm and into the back of the cage. All right, we got a minute 16 to play. Score is 12-6. They're going to bring the goalie out. They're going to bring their goalie out for an extra shooter. I think this is a good move. Might as well practice this stuff. Oh, not a bad shot by the goalie. And that's going to be a long distance shot by the goalie. And that does barely cross the goal line. I think that's the risk you're going to take as a coach when you pull your goalie with that much time. I think it's still worth something for De La Salle to practice, but they definitely got caught there. Barely, I would say. I mean, the rule is the ball has to completely pass the front of the goal line. 100% of the ball needs to go past that imaginary line that runs from crossbar to crossbar. And the ref ran down, got a good look at it, and counted it a goal for Newport. Newport's going to be heading up north next week for the Elite 8 tournament, which will be held up in Menlo Park. 8 of the very strongest high school teams in the country will be competing in that tournament. You know, not a large tournament, so every game will be exciting, will be competitive. So that'll be Newport's next tournament, and then De La Salle will be competing this weekend, and they are the #1 seed. And as I said earlier, I think they've traveled down here. This is a great game to have right before you start tournament play. I guarantee you the De La Salle team will be ready to go, having faced Newport. That's an ordinary foul. I expect a shot, but he passes it off. Good defense by Slutsky. It's a great block by Bean. Everyone yelling T-Bone's name. One at the ball. There's 10 seconds to go. Newport's just going to run out the clock at this point.
Right behind you.
And that's going to do it here at Newport Harbor High School. The final score, De La Salle 6, your Newport Harbor High School Sailors 13.